So why is this such an important topic? So 1 in 6 in Canada, 1 in 8 in the US, and 1 in 7 in the UK struggle with infertility. And an average IUI has a 10% success rate. An average IVF is a 30% success rate. And donor eggs have a 50% success rate. Welcome to Get Pregnant Naturally, where functional medicine and natural fertility solutions will help you get pregnant and have your baby. This is episode 0. I have 3 goals for this episode. First of all, to introduce you to the show and what it's all about. Introduce you to me and share why I'm so passionate about helping couples conceive and have their baby. And then tell you about what happens next and what you can do to support the show. So I developed the Get Pregnant Naturally podcast because I want women to wake up, to know that when they use the tools of functional medicine and natural fertility solutions, they can eventually reverse infertility. And women come to me after spending tens of thousands of dollars with fertility clinics, but they are still no closer to the dream of having their baby. They're frustrated, lonely, scared that they'll never be a mother or add to their family. I created this show because I want to empower women to know that there's another way. I want there to be a place where women can go to hear the latest research and cutting-edge information in functional medicine, natural fertility solutions, emotional health, nutrition, and lifestyle practices. And above all, I want women to know that there is hope. So why is this such an important topic? So 1 in 6 in Canada, 1 in 8 in the US, and 1 in 7 in the UK struggle with infertility. And an average IUI has a 10% success rate. An average IVF is a 30% success rate. And donor eggs have a 50% success rate. And did you know that the average IVF takes 3 cycles at an approximate cost of $60,000? So you may be wondering why you can't conceive. So it's important to know that your survival is more important than procreation. And we need to get to the root cause of why you can't conceive. So using the tools of functional medicine, which looks at the underlying cause of disease, using targeted diet, lifestyle, nutritional therapies, and functional testing, we can figure out the cause and allow the body to heal. So when we build a strong foundation and we focus on preconception health, it helps to prepare for a healthy mom and dad, healthy pregnancy, and a healthy baby. So women come to me all the time and they tell me they feel hopeless. They've struggled for years with failed cycles, miscarriages, and stillbirth. And my heart aches with the pain these women have had to endure. And you may feel like giving up. I get it. I struggle with infertility just like you. But I don't want you to have any regrets, because if you haven't looked at functional testing combined with personalized diet and lifestyle, plus effectively dealing with the emotional heartache, you haven't tried everything. I believe in miracles, but you have to meet the miracle part way. You need to show up and take action. So who am I to talk about this stuff? So I always joked in my early 20s that I was having menopausal hot flashes. And I liked the fact that I didn't have my periods. I didn't want the monthly hassle. So at the time I had acne, yeast infections, weird fungal rash on my chest, and dandruff. And then everyone around me started having kids. And I just got married at 25. So my plan was to have my children at 28. So I went in to my OBGYN because the fact that I had these irregular periods. And I was told I had premature ovarian failure, which is the loss of function of ovaries before age 40. I remember my OBGYN reaching up on her shelf, grabbing the IVF packet, and telling me my only option to have children were donor eggs. I remember leaving her office in complete shock, not even knowing what just happened. But I didn't take any time to grieve. I didn't look back at those symptoms that were going on in my body. I went straight into action. I got on a list for a donor egg. And luckily enough, on the first fresh transfer, we had our daughter. Then we had 2 other embryos left over, and I wanted my kids close together, but I was super stressed out about this. There was a lot of pressure I put on myself. My husband's like, hold on, you don't need to go in right now. But I was a woman on a mission, went in there, and those 2 embryos didn't work. So we went back on another list. And they were able to have our son on the first fresh transfer. So I'm very grateful and fortunate that we were able to have both of our children, while so many other couples struggle. Now, at this point, years later, my health began to suffer. I started having chronic yeast infections, chronic toenail infections, chronic bladder infections, chronic sinus infections, constant colds. Each cold went into a sinus infection. I remember one year I had 9 colds. I took antibiotics for every cold. I had headaches. I had vertigo. Now, at the time, I was in corporate HR, and I was still doing my thing, but I had a lot of health issues. So at the time, I wanted to bring life coaching into the corporate environment. So I took a life coaching course. And during that life coaching course, I had my own personal kind of wake-up call. And then I decided that I really wanted to get into health and wellness. So then I took a health coaching course. And during that health coaching course is where I discovered I had a food sensitivity. So I changed my diet and lifestyle. And within a few months, all those health issues I talked about began to disappear using targeted diet, lifestyle, nutritional therapies. So I believe that a food intolerance was the root cause of my infertility. I'll never know this for sure because I didn't discover this until I was 40. And at that point, I was fully in menopause. And for me, it was too late. But if you're still cycling, if you still have your period, it's not too late for you. And when you use functional medicine and address the underlying cause of disease, you can have a different outcome. So my name is Sarah Clark. I'm an infertility conqueror, a fertility coach, and author. So what can you expect from the show? So this podcast will inspire, motivate, and empower you to take action. Infertility does not happen in a bubble. There is a reason. And when we take a target approach with personalized diet, lifestyle, layering in the emotional support, and building the program based on functional testing, we set ourselves up for success. And I want you to be your own advocate, to actively participate in your journey to conceive. You know your body better than anyone, and your body will whisper to you. And when you ignore the signals, it will start shouting at you in the form of disease. So it's time for you to tune into the signals, focus on your preconception health, and restore your fertility. So when should you tune in? So I'll be releasing weekly episodes, and definitely check out these next episodes. So episode number 1, I'm speaking to Amira Posner, and we run the online mindfulness fertility series together. We're talking about what to do when you find yourself going down the rabbit hole of infertility. So this one's huge. So many of us get caught up over-researching and then become completely overwhelmed. You'll learn how to take a step back in order to go 3 steps forward. And episode number 2, I'm speaking with Brandy Buscow. She's our functional diagnostic nutrition practitioner here at Fab Fertile that I work with. We're talking about taking a functional medicine approach to anxiety and how anxiety may be linked to your infertility. So if you've experienced anxiety and depression for years, you'll learn tips you can take right now that the medical community is not telling you. Episode number 3, I'm speaking with Amanda Stevenson, our fertility yoga instructor here at Fab Fertile. We're talking about fertility yoga and how you can use it to help deal with stress. You'll learn which poses you need to do before bed and what to do if you tried meditating but you still can't sit still. So what should you do right now? Well, first of all, you need to subscribe. So go ahead, hit the subscribe button. This show is unique. It takes a new perspective on the journey to conceive and have your baby. My message is to educate and share this message with women who are trying to conceive. And really, women are the ones who mainly come to see me. So share it with someone you think who could benefit from this information. Share it in your Facebook groups, infertility forums, family and friends. And I'm so excited you're here, and I can't wait for you to look at your journey to conceive in a whole new light. Together, we are strong.